Hey everyone, welcome to the first travel video. Initially, I planned to provide a comprehensive overview of the Switzerland trip, showcasing the beauties of cities like Brienz, Lauterbrunnen, Grindelwald, and Bern. However, as I delved into writing the script, I found myself irresistibly drawn to the city that I had intentionally left for the very end of my journey. I've always believed in saving the best for the last. This is Zermatt. I want to apologize up front if this is not the type of travel video you've signed up for, as I've made a lot of pivots while editing this video. The entire process was very emotional and I've enjoyed it a lot. I hope you like it as much as I do. And also I want to share that I crashed my drone in Zermatt, so I lost all of it and the Matterhorn's aerial footage. So ultimately, I do not consider this video a travel guide or even a travel video. It is my love letter to the Matterhorn, and also to the thousands of brave souls that has either summited or perished on it. Even if you have not been to Switzerland, you might have seen this iconic mountain somewhere before. To me, it perfectly embodies the word mountain. Its name is Matterhorn. Seeing the Matterhorn first time 3 weeks ago was a very, very emotional experience. I was left speechless for a good 15 seconds. I was completely conquered the moment I first laid eyes on the Matterhorn. By its steep, spear-like peak that pierced high into the clouds. Even today, thinking about it still gives me goosebumps. The Matterhorn was one of the last alpine peaks to be conquered by humans. Less so about its actual difficulty, but more of its daunting looks. In 1857, Jean-Antoine Carrel of Italy was the first human to attempt the Matterhorn, but failed doing so. In 1861, Edward Whymper started his Matterhorn attempts. 4 years and 8 attempts later, on July 14, 1865, he finally made it to the top with a 7-man climbing team. Another group of climbers led by Jean-Antoine Carrel, whom I just mentioned, were very close to Edward throughout the climb, and the competition was fierce until the very end. When Edward's team reached the summit, they could see Jean-Antoine and threw tiny rocks at him to signal their victory. With disappointment, Jean-Antoine and the Italians turned back. Unfortunately, on the way down, Edward and his team had an accident. Edward and the Togwater father and son survived, but the remaining 4 fell off the cliff. Located in the center of Zermatt town, there's the Matterhorn Museum. There provides a comprehensive backstory and history that I found fascinating. I highly recommend you visiting the museum, and the ticket is free if you have the Swiss pass. Aside from the initial Magnificent 7 that made it to the top in 1865, I also find the following Matterhorn climbers very inspiring. First, in 1881, Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, reached the summit. His guide was Togwater, one of the 3 survivors of the first ever successful climb. Next, in 1936, Giusto Giovasutti, nicknamed the Strongest, was the first winter climber. Made it to the top of the Matterhorn all by himself. Josto died at the age of 37 in a mountaineering accident climbing the Mont Blanc. In 1990, mountain guide Ulrich Inderbinnen ascended to the peak of the Matterhorn at the age of 90. This incredible feat also marked his 370th ascent of the Matterhorn. He's the man who has conquered the Matterhorn more than anyone. In 2009, Willy Steck reached the Matterhorn summit with a record-breaking 1 hour and 56 minutes. Willy died at the age of 40 in an accident climbing the Mount Everest. Finally, Willy's record was broken by Daniel Arnold on April 22, 2015, with a time of 1 hour and 46 minutes. Both Willy and Daniel are from Switzerland and regarded as few of the best extreme mountaineers. Daniel's record remains unbroken to this day, leaving us wonder who will be the next to achieve this feat and when will they accomplish it. In reality, we all, to varying degrees, subconsciously dismiss things we believe are impossible. The strength of human willpower is often underestimated. But there are always individuals who demonstrate through their lives that it can exceed expectations. I do not have the courage to do what they achieved. So creating this video is my way of honoring them and paying my respect and admiration. Zermatt is a village located deep in the Swiss Alps, constantly under the watchful and mythical gaze of the Matterhorn. It is a car-free sanctuary where the beauty of nature takes center stage. You cannot drive to Zermatt, so travel by train I think is one of the only options. And if you plan to travel to multiple cities within Switzerland, then I recommend picking up the Swiss Pass, which you can conveniently purchase online prior to your visit. The two most famous locations in Zermatt to take photos of the Matterhorn from the city are the Kirchbrook Bridge at the center of the city and the Zermatt viewpoint towards the northern part of the city. I arrived in Zermatt from Interlaken on March 12, 2025, and I was immediately concerned. The weather was cloudy, like really cloudy, so much that the Matterhorn was not visible from any degree or angle. I even booked an Airbnb with the Matterhorn view, and this was all I saw. Room with Matterhorn view. Imagine Matterhorn. Imagine. The following day, I woke up really early, right before sunrise, hoping to be surprised by a change in the weather. But unfortunately, nope, just clouds. A lot of clouds. I was really disappointed, but I ultimately decided to purchase a ticket to Gornergrat. At 3,100 meters above sea level, I hoped that the higher elevation could offer a view above the clouds, which now sounds pretty stupid, but that was my exact thinking then. I reached Gornergrat around noon, and the wind up there was crazy strong, which in hindsight is a very good thing, because that had the clouds constantly moving, and slowly but surely it revealed what I've been waiting for, the Matterhorn. I'm still feeling it now, like saying it, but I felt chills up my spine as the sunlight hit the top of the Matterhorn, revealing its full glory. At that very moment, the first thing that came to mind was, it's so good to be alive. One of my other goals was to see the Matterhorn from one of the famous lakes, where you could have the Matterhorn reflect from the river and have beautiful images taken like this and this. I was so looking forward to it, but due to my inexperience, I was welcomed by a frozen lake. As I was looking at the snow-covered lake, the voice in my head was, of course, it's in the winter and it's literally snowing right now. So don't be like me. In order to see the reflection, you need to visit in the summer, ideally between June and September. I'm very glad that I could fulfill my greatest wish for this trip, that is to see the Matterhorn with my own eyes. Though I do have my regrets, I'm sure that I'll be back during the summer with a new drone. Matterhorn, I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. If this video was your cup of tea, please do give it a like and a sub. Going forward, I'll also share a brief behind the scenes thinking that I've had while creating the videos, so stay on for another minute if you like. If not, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching until the very end. I want to share that I do not know how to go about creating travel videos. So I looked up a lot of other YouTubers and I found that I'm really missing the talking to the camera, like vlog, the vlog point of view. The actual scenery, the people that walks behind, that perspective I think will help draw you, the viewer, into the actual environment. But personally, I find doing so pretty uneasy and distracting for both myself and others around me. I guess talking to the camera when there are people around me will never be my thing. So there's a high chance this may or may not be what you're looking for. And if that is indeed the case, I apologize. I'll see you guys in the next one. I even booked air.